You've probably all heard of Michael Phelps, who holds the world record for the most gold medals in one Olympic Games, when he won 8 gold medals in Beijing in 2008. Maybe you've even heard of Mark Spitz, who held the record before Phelps with his 7 gold medals in 1972 in Munich. However, who most people haven't heard of is John Neighbor. When Mark Spitz was trying for his amazing haul of gold medals, John Neighbor was a 16-year-old backstroke college champion who was picked as a training partner for Mark Spitz at the Olympic Games in Munich. His job was to help Spitz win as many gold medals as possible, and so he swam for the medley team in the qualifying rounds, until the American team made the final. At that point, John Neighbor was dropped in favor of more famous names for the final. He did a donkey work without getting any reward. Instead of complaining though, he made a vow that he would go to the next Olympic Games in Montreal and that he would not just be a disposable training partner, but swim as an individual in his favorite event, the 100 meters backstroke, and that he would win it. He then went to the record books, looked at the improvements in times between Olympic Games, and calculated that if he could swim his event in 55.5 seconds, that he would most probably win gold. There was only one small problem with that. His personal best was 59.5 seconds, a full 4 seconds slower than what he had to achieve to win. And in swimming terms, cutting 4 seconds off your time at that level was almost impossible. At this point, he felt like giving up. But looking at his calculations suddenly made him rethink it. The maths was actually quite simple. He had 4 years to make up 4 seconds, which meant that he had a whole year to improve by only 1 second. Putting it like that suddenly made it feel a lot more achievable. In fact, he broke it down even further. He trained for 10 months of the year and thus needed to improve by 1/10 of a second per month. And as a month roughly has 30 days, he needed to improve by 1/300th of a second every day. And since he trained for 4 hours every day, he only needed to improve by 1/1200th of a second every hour. And if you compare this to the blink of an eye, which takes 5/1200ths of a second, he just needed to improve by 1/5 of the blink of an eye every hour in order to win gold at the next Olympic Games. Simple, but not easy. However, John Neighbor now had a definite goal to pursue, and some very clear steps of how to get there. And so he started working towards his end goal hour by hour, day by day, year after year, until he reached the finals of the men's 100 meters backstroke at the Montreal Olympics in 1976, where he would face the world champion, Roland Matthes. Matthes was undefeated in his event for 7 years, from 1967 to 1974, and it was a big challenge. However, John Neighbor knew what his goal was. The starter's gun sounded, and exactly 55.49 seconds later, John Neighbor was crowned the Olympic champion and world record holder. So friends, no matter how insurmountable the goal you are trying to pursue may seem, try breaking it down in as many small steps as possible. And just take the next step, and then the next one. Do this hour by hour, day by day, year after year. And who knows what you will achieve.